Dear students, my name is P. Subba Reddy. Present I am working in AP Residential Junior College, Nagarjuna Sagar. Today I am going to discuss about second year intermediate chemistry, lesson 2, solutions, video 1. So what are the main objectives of this lesson? The main objectives of this lesson are expressing concentration of solutions. That is molarity, mole fraction, mass percentage, volume percentage, weight by volume percentage, ppm. Expressing concentration of solution. Second one, solubility. In this solubility, we can discuss two systems. One of the important one is solubility of gases in liquids, Henry's law. Third one, vapor pressure of solutions. Very important one is Raoult law for volatile liquids. Raoult law for volatile liquids. If two components are volatile, so what is the Raoult's law? Fourth one, ideal and non-ideal solutions and their characteristic properties and the differences between ideal and non-ideal solutions. Fifth one, colligative properties. Colligative properties. Relative lowering of vapor pressure, depression in freezing point, depression in boiling point, then osmotic pressure. Four colligative properties: relative lowering vapor pressure, relative lowering of vapor pressure, depression in boiling point, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure. These are the four important colligative properties. And sixth one, abnormal molar masses as Van Hoff factor, including Van Hoff factor. Abnormal molar masses including Van Hoff factor I. So these are the main important objectives of this lesson. Now I am going to discuss about first part, expressing concentration of solutions. Before going to discuss about expressing concentration of solutions, what are solutions? What are solutions? All of you very well know that in the previous classes also you can learn about solution chapter. What are solutions? Solutions are homogeneous mixture of two or more components. What are solutions? Solutions are homogeneous mixture of two or more components. Solutions are homogeneous mixture of two or more components. For example, sodium chloride is soluble in water. We get a solution. Salt solution. Sodium chloride is soluble in water, we get a salt solution. Sugar particles are dissolved in water, we get a solution. But what is the meaning of homogeneous? What is the meaning of homogeneous? Homogeneous means the solutions which are having same composition and properties. What is the homogeneous? Homogeneous means which are having same composition and properties. Same composition and properties. For example, 2 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in 10 ml of water. You know that sodium chloride is dissolved in water. 2 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in water, we get a salt solution. From this salt solution, if we can transfer 3 ml into 1 beaker, first beaker, from this salt solution, you can with the help of measuring jar or measuring cylinder, you can transfer 3 ml into another beaker, and from the same salt solution, you can transfer 5 ml into another beaker. From this salt solution you can transfer 3 ml into first beaker, and from this salt solution you can transfer transfer 5 ml in the second beaker. Then what is the composition? What is the composition? In both the beakers 1 and 2, what is the composition? Salt and water molecules. Salt particles and water molecules. This is the composition in both the beakers. In beaker 1 and beaker 2. What is the composition? Salt particles are dissolved in water molecules. What are the concentrations? You well know that both are having same concentration. C1 is equal to C2. So both the concentration in first beaker is equal to and the concentration of solution in the second beaker. So both the solutions are withdrawn from this salt solution. So both are having same concentrations, which means that it is a homogeneous solution. Which means that it is a homogeneous. Homogeneous means same composition and properties. So this solution has same composition, salt and water molecules, and properties means here I would like to measure concentration. So both the beakers are having same concentration of solutions. That is the meaning of homogeneous. Then what are binary solutions? So binary solutions. Bi means two. Binary solutions means the solutions which are having two components. The solutions which are having two components are known as binary solutions. In this chapter, we will discuss with binary solutions only. Most of the total chapter discussion with binary solutions. So binary solution is binary means two components present in the solution. In the two components, one of the component is solute, another component is solvent. One of the component is solute, another component is solvent. You know that solute plus solvent is equal to solution. Solute plus solvent is equal to solution. So one is solute, another one is solvent. So total it is solution. What is solute? Solute means the substance which is present in smaller quantity. What is solute? The substance which is present smaller quantity in solution is known as solute. Solute means smaller quantity. What is the meaning of solvent? The substance which is present larger quantity in the solution. The substance which is present larger quantity in the solution is known as solvent. And this solute plus solvent mixture is known as solution. For example, here 2 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in 10 ml of water. 2 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in 10 ml of water. In this, what is the solute? Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. It is present in the lesser quantity or smaller quantity. Sodium chloride is the solute. What is the solvent? Water, because it is present in the larger quantity, 10 ml. Solvent is water. It is present in the larger quantity. For suppose, if a substance containing, this is two components only. Two components means, what is the meaning of two components? Binary solutions. For suppose, if a solution contains more than two components, like 3, in that one component is solute and other components are solvents. You can treat it one component is solute, other components solvent. So this is the meaning of solute and solvent. Now we are going to discuss about expressing concentration of solutions. So expressing concentration of solutions is very important in theoretical as well as laboratory. For example, if you enter into laboratory coursework or practical works, how do you prepare 0.1 molar NaOH solution? How do you prepare 0.1 molar NaOH solution in 250 ml volumetric flask? Given 250 ml volumetric flask, then how would you prepare 0.1 normal NaOH solution? So for preparation of this concentration, what is the amount of sodium hydroxide required? So what is the amount of sodium hydroxide required to prepare 0.1 molar sodium hydroxide solution in 250 ml standard measuring flask or volumetric flask? Standard measuring flask or volumetric flask. Or for example, for suppose 5 gram of oxalic acid is dissolved in 100 ml of water. So the water is taken in standard measuring flask. The water is taken in standard measuring flask, 100 ml. If 5 grams of oxalic acid is dissolved in the 100 ml of water, what is the concentration of that solution? So what is the concentration of solution? So for these two cases, these are very important for practical work as well as theoretical approach. For these two cases, you must understanding the concept of expressing concentration. So the main important concentration expression methods are mass percentage, volume percentage, mass to volume percentage, mole ppm, mole fraction, molarity, molality. So these are very important expressing concentration of solutions. What are the important concentration of solutions expressed in laboratory as well as theoretical? Mass percentage, volume percentage, mass to volume percentage, parts per million ppm, mole fraction, molarity, molality. So it is denoted as mass percentage W by W, volume percentage V by V, mass to volume W by V, ppm, mole fraction denoted by symbol X, molarity capital M, molality small m. So these are the important designations. Now I am going to discuss about very first one, mass percentage. So mass percentage is denoted by W by W. W by W. Percentage means always 100. Percentage means 100. So what is mass percentage? So mass percentage means it is the ratio of mass of one component to total mass of all the components present in solution. What is the mass percentage? Ratio of mass of one component to total mass of all components present in solution. It is the ratio of mass of one component to total mass of all components present in the solution. So the mathematical expression for mass percentage is equal to mass of one component by total mass of all components in solution into 100. So what is the formula to calculate mass percentage? Mass of one component by total mass of all components into 100. For example, if a binary solution containing two components A and B, binary solution containing two components A and B, where A is solute, B is solvent. A is solute, B is solvent. For example, 10 gram of solute is dissolved in 90 gram of solvent. Mass percentage means masses are always expressed in terms of the grams. Masses are expressed in terms of grams. Thus, both solute and solvent masses are expressed in terms of grams because the unit of mass is grams. So the solute is taken 10 grams is dissolved in solvent 90 grams. So both solute and solvent are expressed in terms of masses. Then what is the mass percentage of solute? What is the mass percentage of component A or mass percentage of solute? So in the formula given, mass percentage is equal to mass of one component by total mass of all components. We have to find out the mass percentage of solute. Therefore, its mass is directly taken in the numerator. The given component is directly taken in the numerator. Mass percentage of solute means mass of solute by total mass of all components. How many components are there? A and B. A is solute, B is solvent. So total mass of components in solution. So given mass of solute is 10 grams, which is equal to 10 by total mass of all components in solution. Two components are there. Component A, solute mass is 10 grams by 10 plus. Second component B. B component is solvent. Solvent mass 90 grams. So 10 by 10 plus 90. Percentage means always multiplied with 100. Is equal to 10 by 100 into 100. Cancellation of 100. What is the mass percentage? 10%. So the component mass percentage which has to be identified is directly taken in the numerator. So mass percentage of A, mass of A, or mass percentage of solute, mass of solute is directly taken in the numerator. Denominator, what you have to be taken? Total mass of all the components present in the solution. Here only two components are there. One is A, second one is B. What is the total mass? 10 grams A dissolved in the 90 grams B. So 10 plus 90, 100. Percentage means always multiplied with 100. Then what is the final answer we get? 10%. Second important expressing concentration of methods is volume percentage. So volume percentage is designated as V. So what is the volume percentage? Very similar to mass percentage. Instead of mass, you have to be use volume. So what is the unit of mass? Grams. Here what is the unit of volume? ml. So that is the difference between mass percentage and volume percentage. Mass is measured in terms of grams, volume is measured in terms of ml. And formula is same. Instead of mass, you have to use volume. So what is the volume percentage? It is the ratio of volume of one component. It is the ratio of volume of one component by total volume of all components in solution. into 100. It is the ratio of volume of one component by total volume of all the components present in solution into 100. So volume is always measured in terms of ml. So this is no units. Volume percentage and mass percentage are having no units. Mass percentage is also no units. Because in the both numerator and denominator we have only their masses. So both cancellation, no units. Mass percentage and volume percentage both are having no units. Mass to volume percentage, third one, mass to volume percentage denoted by W by V. Mass to volume percentage designated as weight by volume. So it is ratio of mass of component to volume of solution into 100. So mass to volume percentage, numerator mass, denominator volume. Volume of solution is always taken as 100 ml. For standard measurement, volume of solution is always taken as 100 ml. So mass of component by volume of solution into 100. What is the unit of mass to volume percentage? What is the unit? What is the unit of mass? Grams. What is the unit of volume? ml. So gram per ml. The unit of mass to volume percentage is, what is the unit of mass? Grams. What is the unit of volume? ml. So gram per ml. This is the mass to volume percentage. And fourth one, ppm, parts per million. ppm, parts per million. So the importance of when we have to express the concentration in terms of parts per million. When we have to express the concentration in parts per million. If the amount of substance in the given sample present in trace quantity, so micrograms, if the amount of substance present in the given sample in trace quantity, then we have to express the concentration of that sample in terms of ppm. So when we have to express ppm, substance is present in trace quantity, and a very less quantity, micrograms, milligrams. Substance is present in the given sample in trace quantity, micrograms, milligrams. Then we have to express the concentration of sample in ppm. We have to express the concentration of sample in ppm. So parts per million, million is 10 power 6. Million is 10 power 6. So what is parts per million? The amount of substance in grams in 10 power 6 of the sample. The amount of substance in grams, or it is also expressed in terms of volumes also. It is in terms of masses or in terms of volume also, ppm we can express it ppm. So the amount of substance in grams or ml in 10 power 6 of given sample. So ppm, the formula of ppm is number of parts of one component by number of parts of one component by number of parts of total components in solution into 100. Number of parts of one component by total number of parts of all the components present in solution is the ppm. So you know that dissolved oxygen, BOD, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand. You already read in the environmental chemistry. Dissolved oxygen, biochemical oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, concentration of pollutants, some concentration of fluoride ions, nitrite ions in the drinking water, concentration of ozone. So all these are expressed in terms of ppm because these are present in very trace quantities. So dissolved oxygen, for example, concentration of dissolved oxygen in seawater is 5.8 grams per 10 power 6 gram of seawater. Concentration of dissolved oxygen in seawater is 5.8 gram per 10 power 6 gram of seawater. If you can take the sample, 10 power 6 gram of seawater. In this 10 power 6 gram of, at a million grams, 10 power 6 means million. In this million gram of seawater, how much concentration of dissolved oxygen? Oxygen is dissolved, which is useful for sustaining aquatic life, plants, animals in the seawater. So in the 10 power 6 gram of sea of water, what is the dissolved oxygen present? Only 5.8 grams. 5.8 grams of dissolved oxygen is present in 10 power 6 gram of seawater sample. Which means that what is the concentration? 5.8 ppm. So the concentration of dissolved oxygen in terms of ppm is 5.8 ppm because 5.8 gram of oxygen is dissolved in 10 power 6 gram of seawater. Therefore, in terms of ppm, it is 5.8. Similarly, fluoride ion concentration. If fluoride ion concentration is less than 1 ppm, if fluoride ion concentration is less than 1 ppm, it prevents the less than 1 ppm in drinking water. If fluoride ion concentration is less than up to 1 ppm, up to less than or equal to 1 ppm in drinking water, prevention of tooth decay, less than or equal to 1 ppm, prevention of tooth decay. If the concentration of fluoride ions exceeds 1 ppm in the drinking water, then tooth decay starts. Therefore, so all these substances in trace quantities are usually expressed in terms of ppm. Then mole fraction. So the mole fraction is denoted by the symbol X. Mole fraction is denoted by the symbol X. For example, the solution contains two components, A and B. The binary solution contains two components, A and B. Toluene is dissolved in hexane or any other. For example, toluene is dissolved in hexane. Or sodium chloride is dissolved in water. Or sugar particles are dissolved in water. The solution containing two components. Then the mole fraction of each component. How can we find out the mole fraction of each component in the solution? By knowing the masses of the substances. By knowing the masses of the substances. So what is the formula of mole fraction? Mole fraction, how do you define the mole fraction? What is mole fraction? Mole fraction is the ratio of number of moles of one component to total number of moles of all the components present in solution. Ratio of number of mole fraction, moles. Mole fraction means moles. Ratio of, what is mole fraction? Ratio of number of moles of one component to total number of moles of all components. So mole fraction, taken moles in the numerator and denominator. So it is the ratio of number of moles of one component to total number of moles of all the components present in solution. You know that How do you calculate number of moles? What is the formula for calculation of number of moles? What is the formula for calculation of number of moles? Already you studied in stoichiometry lesson, first year. So what is the formula for calculation of number of moles? Number of moles is ratio of weight of substance to gram molecular weight. Weight of substance to gram molecular weight or molar mass. So number of moles is calculated by weight by gram molecular weight. Weight by gram molecular weight is number of moles. So number of moles of, what is mole fraction? Number of moles of one component to total number of moles of all the components present in the solution. Here two components are there. A solution is prepared by from two components A and B. What is the mole fraction of A? And what is the mole fraction of B? So what is the mole fraction of A? It is directly taken in the numerator. The mole fraction which has to be calculated is directly taken in the numerator. Here we have to find out the mole fraction of A. Therefore, in the numerator, we have taken number of moles of component A. So, number of moles of component A by total number of moles of all the components. Number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. How many components are there? Two components only. We have to find out the mole fraction of A. So therefore in the numerator, what I taken? Number of moles of A by total number of moles of all the components. How many components are there? Two. So number of moles of A plus number of moles of B, that is equal to Na by Na plus Nb. So this is the mole fraction of A. Very similarly, what is the mole fraction of B? So we have to find out the mole fraction of B. So it is directly taken in the numerator. Number of moles of B is directly taken in the numerator. So number of moles of B by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. So this is the mole fraction of A. Na by Na plus Nb. Number of moles is weight by gram molecular weight. What is the mole fraction of B? Nb by Na plus Nb. Sum of the mole fractions is always equal to unity. Here only two components are there. Binary, since it is a binary solution. So mole fraction of A plus mole fraction of B is equal to 1. For example, if a solution containing more than two components, XA, XB, XC and etc. is also equal to 1. So sum of the mole fractions is always equal to unity. So here two components, XA and XB. So XA plus XB is equal to 1. If more than two components are there, it is also equal to 1. In this lesson, you can meet only binary solutions. For example, if we know the mole fraction of A, for example, mole fraction of A is 0.8. If you know the mole fraction of A, then no need to substitute the mole fraction of B into formula. So XB is equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. No need to substitute into formula because sum of the mole fractions is unity. If we know the mole fraction of A, we easily get the mole fraction of B because mole fraction of A is 0.8. Then find out mole fraction of B. XA plus XB is equal to 1. Sum of the mole fractions is always unity. So given XA as 0.8, then XB. So 0.8 plus XB is equal to 1. XB is equal to 1 minus 0.8, that is 0.2. No need to substitute into formula. If you know the mole fraction of one component, for find out the mole fraction of second component, simply substitute into this formula. Sum of the mole fractions is always unity. And another important is, mole fraction has no units. Mole fraction has no units because in the numerator also moles, denominator is also moles, cancellation of both. So mole fraction term has no units. So coming to very important method of expressing concentrations, molarity. So it is very important because in laboratory work also concentrations are expressed in terms of molarity because it is very convenient method. very convenient method to express concentration of solutions in the laboratory. So molarity is very important. So molarity denoted by the symbol capital M. Denoted by the symbol capital M. What is molarity? So in the given term there is moles is there. Molarity. First three alphabet moles. So from that we can define the molarity term. Moles. So what is molarity? Number of moles of solute is dissolved in 1 liter volume of solution. What is the molarity? It is the number of moles of solute is dissolved in 1 liter volume of solution. Number of moles of solute dissolved in what is the volume? 1 liter volume of solution. So from this definition you can write the mathematical formula for molarity. So molarity is equal to number of moles of solute. Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute by number of moles of solute is dissolved in what is the volume of solution? Volume of solution 1 liter. So number of moles of solute by volume of solution. From the definition we can write mathematical expression. How do you calculate number of moles? Number of moles is weight by gram molecular weight. So number of moles of solute is equal to weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute. Number of moles is equal to weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by volume of solution is always in the denominator. Volume in liter. So number of moles is equal to weight by gram molecular weight. So weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by volume of solution in liter. And weight by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by if volume is measured in liter. If the volume is measured in ml, what is the formula? So weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by volume of solution in ml. 1000 by volume of solution in ml. So these are very important formulas for measurement of concentration in terms of molarity. What is the formula to calculate molarity? Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by volume of solution in liters. Volume of solution in liters. If the volume in ml given, what is the formula of molarity? Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1000 by volume of solution in ml. Then what is the unit? What is the unit of molarity? So in this, what is molarity? What do we write? Number of moles by volume. Number of moles by volume. So unit is mole per liter. What is the unit of molarity? Moles per liter. Simply designated as capital. While expressing concentrations, we can simply, this is designated as capital. So mole per liter. And molarity is temperature dependent. Molarity is temperature dependent because in these concentration expression methods, if volume term is there, those are depend on concentrations. Because since according to Charles' law, volume is directly proportional to temperature. According to Charles' law, volume is directly proportional to temperature. So if volume term is there, it is dependent on temperature. So in this molarity, volume term is there. So mass percentage independent of temperature. Independent of temperature. Mass percentage independent of temperature. Dependent of temperature. Dependent on temperature. Volume percentage. Weight by volume percentage. Molarity. Independent of temperature. Mole fraction. So if volume term is there, those methods expressing concentration methods are depends on temperature. Because according to Charles law, volume is directly proportional to temperature. So molarity, weight by volume percentage are dependent on temperature. So mass percentage, mole fraction, molality independent of temperatures. So what is the meaning of 1 molar solution? What is the meaning of 1 molar solution? So 1 molar solution means molarity is 1. 1 molar solution means molarity is 1. Molar means molarity. So 1 molar solution means 1 mole of solute is dissolved in 1 liter volume of solution. So in the numerator, if it is 1 means both numerator and denominator are 1. So number of moles of solute is 1. Volume of solution is 1 liter. 1 mole of solute is dissolved in 1 liter volume of solution. Another important one is molality. Molality is denoted by the symbol small m. Small m. Capital M is molarity, small m is molality. So what is molality? It is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg weight of solvent. What is molality? It is the number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg weight of solvent. So this is the different term in molarity and molality. Molarity is number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 liter volume of solution. It is number of moles of solute present in 1 kg weight of solvent. Here in the denominator we have taken weight of solvent. So what is the mathematical expression for molality? Number of moles of solute by weight of solvent in kg. Weight is measured in terms of grams or kg. So what is the formula? Number of moles of solute by weight of solvent in kg. How do you calculate number of moles? Weight by gram molecular weight. Weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by weight of solvent in kg. Number of moles is weight by gram molecular weight. So weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by weight of solvent in kg. If the weight is in grams, what is the formula? Weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by weight of solvent in grams. So these two are very important formulas. So how do you calculate molality? Molality, weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute into 1 by weight of solvent in kg. If weight is in terms of grams, what is the formula? Weight by gram molecular weight into 1000 by weight of solvent in grams. No units. Temperature independent. So molality is temperature independent, but units are there. What are the units of molality? Molality is number of moles of solute present in or dissolved in 1 kg weight of solvent. So numerator moles. Number of moles. What are the unit of number of moles? Moles. Weight of solvent, what is the unit? Kg. So what are the units of molality? Mole for kg, or it is simply small m. Mole for kg or small m. What are the units of molality? Mole for kg, because number of moles of solute is dissolved in 1 kg weight of solvent. Mole for kg, and it is temperature independent because there is no volume term. And another important one is, while we are solving problems, we must understand the terminology in terms of percentages. While we are solving the problems, we must understand the terminology. First one is, what is the meaning of 10% glucose solution by mass? What is the meaning of 10% glucose solution by mass, or weight by weight percentage? By mass means, what is the unit of mass? Grams. What is the unit of mass? Grams. It means that both solute and solvent masses are expressed in terms of grams. Mass percentage, already I told that in the mass percentage both solute and solvent masses are expressed in terms of grams only. Or weight by weight. Both numerator and denominator are expressed in terms of grams. So what is the meaning of 10% glucose solution in water? Okay, solvent is water. 10% glucose solution by mass means 10 gram of glucose is dissolved in 90 gram of water. Both solute solvent are expressed in terms of their masses. What is the unit of mass? Grams. Because in the problem, what is the given? By mass. What is the meaning of 10% glucose solution by mass or by weight percent? So 10 gram of glucose is dissolved in 90 gram of water. Total weight of solution 100 grams. Total weight of solution is 100 grams. That is the meaning of by mass. Very similarly, what is the meaning of 20% ethylene glycol by volume? Volume percentage. 20% ethylene glycol by volume. What is the unit of volume? ml. So both solute and solvent are expressed in terms of their volumes. So what is here? 20% ethylene glycol solution. Here two components, ethylene glycol and water. Two components are there. Both are expressed in terms of their volumes. So what is the given? Percentage means always 100. 20% ethylene glycol, which means that 20 ml of ethylene glycol, 20% of ethylene glycol in solution by volume, means that 20 ml of ethylene glycol is dissolved in 80 ml of water. So this is the meaning of volume percentage. 20 ml of ethylene glycol is dissolved in 80 ml of water, because it is expressed in both solute and solvent are expressed in terms of volumes. What is the unit of volume? ml. So total volume of solution is 100 ml. Total volume of solution is 100 ml. And coming to third one, what is the meaning of 8.675% weight by volume NaCl solution? Weight by volume. So one weight means grams, volume means ml. 8.675% weight by volume sodium chloride solution. That is 8.675 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 8.675 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 100 ml of water directly. Because weight by volume percentage, I already told that volume of the solution is always taken as 100 ml. In weight by volume percentage, volume of the solution is always taken as 100 ml. Therefore, 8.675 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 100 ml of water. So this is part 1 video.